everyone, Adrienne here. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different, but first I want to make a little announcement. So I have my comeback concert in Seattle planned for this summer. It's going to be on June 17th. I am super excited. This is going to be my first time performing in front of people ever since COVID happened. It's kind of unfortunate that that kind of got in the way of my passion, which is singing, but that's okay. So it's going to be at the Rendezvous in Seattle in the Grotto area, and I will have a link to a Facebook event page as well as a link to buy tickets in the description below if you guys are interested in going and you just happen to be in the Seattle area. So I really hope that I see you there. I'm really excited about it. We're going to do some classical repertoire as well as closing the show with the first live performance of Goddess in a Glass. So as you can tell, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm really, really excited to get in front of people and sing again in a non-evaluated situation. Ugh, auditions are so stressful, dude. I'm sorry. Like I said, all of the links are going to be in the description below to check that out if you guys are interested in attending my comeback concert. So with that out of the way, let's get to why we're here. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. Yes, I'm going to be reviewing alcohol, but it's not going to be absinthe related. Ooh, what could this be? So I was actually contacted by a brand that is based out of Florida. They are called Payne Black, and they have come out with a very unique Gothic themed whiskey. So the packaging, let's just talk about the packaging for a second. This is absolutely beautiful. Sorry that it looks a little misty here on the exterior. It's just that I kept it refrigerated last night so that it would stay cool for a first serving, because the owner recommended that I drink it chilled for a first impression. Really excited to try it. Okay, so let's read a little bit about Payne Black Whiskey. So, Payne is not just a drink, but a lifestyle for those who dare to be different. With a perfect balance of tradition and innovation, it brings unique individuals together to explore the possibilities of the night. It breaks the rules and redefines normal, so we say to the world, bring the pain. Love that. Payne Black is a premium blended whiskey infused with natural black currant, crafted to have a unique taste that fills your senses with unexpected pleasure. It is poured through our distinctive gargoyle pour spout and flows with a striking, rich red color. Slightly tart and subtly sweet, it'll go down smooth with the rich infusion of black currant and a warm wave of premium blended whiskey. Sorry, I'm not quite awake yet. Haven't heard of black currant? You are not alone. Until 2003, black currant was forbidden to grow in the United States, so many people haven't heard of it or even tasted this tart berry. Today, black currant is slowly re-emerging into the U.S. market as a superfruit high in antioxidants and vitamin C. Payne Black harnesses the power of the robust berry to give our whiskey its defining taste and amazing color. So, I am happy to say that with it being this beautiful deep red color, that it is not artificially colored, and as is the case with my absinthe reviews, I definitely usually want to steer clear from products that are artificially colored because it's usually not a good sign. So the fact that this is naturally colored red, I'm very excited about. And then again, I really love the packaging and I love the gargoyle spout. That is just too cool. I think even after Kenny and I go through this bottle, I think we're going to keep the bottle around. And I think this might make a really good prieur or kind of like a carafe for serving and preparing absinthe. So honestly, I really want to keep this bottle around. It's adorable, it's beautiful, and one of the reasons why I said yes to reviewing this brand was because it is on brand for me and my aesthetic, even if it's not absinthe related. And the owner did contact me and ask me if I was interested in reviewing the product on my YouTube channel, and I did tell them, yes, I'm definitely interested. It's usually absinthe that I review, but as with my absinthe reviews, I am going to be honest about what happens during the review. And he was perfectly fine with that and sent me this bottle. I mean, I honestly did not expect to get a full-ass bottle of this. So yeah, I'm really, really excited to try this. So today we're going to be trying it by itself. And then I will kind of go through a similar evaluation process as I do with my absinthe, but obviously I'm not going to be evaluating any kind of louche because that's not what we're here for. This is whiskey, not absinthe. But I will kind of use a similar scoring criteria. I will also have Kenny come in here and taste it too because he does love whiskey and he's very excited to try this. He loves whiskey and he loves fruity flavors, so I think he's really, really gonna like this. And then we're also going to make a Sazerac cocktail with it because I absolutely love a Sazerac cocktail. It's typically made with a rye whiskey, but I'm really interested to see how the fruity flavors will play off of the anise notes in a Sazerac cocktail. So it'll be a nice twist. Alrighty, so I'm going to take the internal seal out of here and then we're going to make ourselves a little drink. Alright everyone, I have my glass ready to pour. Very exciting. So let's go ahead and pour a little drink. I'm really glad that I chilled this in the fridge. So be careful when you are returning the bottle to an upright position. It did get a little bit of a splash on my pants, but that's fine. Okay, so let's go ahead and give this a little evaluation. Pretty excited about this. Okay, so first of all, the color is absolutely gorgeous. It is turning up a little bit more of an intense red than I was expecting, to be honest, but that's totally fine. The color is really, really pretty, and I'm not seeing any signs or indications of sediment, so that's great. Unfortunately, I am not an expert when it comes to whiskey. I do love whiskey, of course, but I'm not an expert. So if there are any religious whiskey drinkers out there who can tell me whether sediment is a good thing or a bad thing, please let me know. I'm curious. But just from my perspective and my experience with absinthe, it's a really good thing to not see any sediment or any gross particles in here. So that's good. So I will definitely give this like a 5 stars for appearance. This is lovely. So let's go ahead and check out the aroma. Even on the nose, it's actually not quite as intense as what I was expecting for a whiskey. You can definitely get like the base, like the strong like whiskey kind of fragrance that you would typically get. A tiny little bit of like a... You ever stick your nose in a bottle of rubbing alcohol? Or like smell a freshly soaked like cotton ball that has rubbing alcohol on it? That's kind of what the initial like sting reminds me of, but it's not in a bad way. It's not overly intense. Oh, by the way, this is a 90 proof. For those who are wondering about the alcohol content, so that is 45% alcohol by volume. So, the fragrance is actually really, really nice. It's definitely, it has a little bit of a fruity note, which, for what this brand is going for, it's totally fine. A little bit, like, reminiscent of blackberries. And it's definitely on the tart side. So, honestly, I really like the aroma. I'm gonna give the aroma 4.5 stars. Alright, time to go in for a little taste, and like always, santé, and please drink responsibly. Yeah, I definitely don't want to do what I do in my absinthe reviews, but that's okay. Wow, that is definitely a strong whiskey. And I like that the fruitiness of the black currant in here is not as forward as I was expecting it to be. It's more like a subtle whisper than at the forefront of the taste. So, color me impressed. I think that is actually going to be ruling in this whiskey's favor. Because if you don't have that fruity note at the forefront of the flavor profile that you're getting here, it does make it a little less versatile, but personally, if it can rock if it can rock by itself, it can definitely rock in cocktails, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this is going to be in a Sazerac. Hey honey, come try this!
Intensely offended.
So I'm not going to say anything.
Okay, don't say anything.
My husband's going to try it. He really likes whiskey. He was very excited to try this.
It's got a good smell. There's like a sweet and bitterness on the sides of the tongue.
That's what I got too.
With the...
But it's not like over the top.
Right. It's... Man, that's really warm. Like, I felt my entire tongue just like warm up. That's actually pretty damn good. It's not as good as my pecan whiskey, but it's really good.
This is more versatile.
I'd like to try that in a Sazerac, I think.
Really?
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
Really? You think so? I think because the berry flavor is a little bit, like, not quite in your face, I think this would work really well in a Sazerac.
Yeah, no. I'd drink that.
Wow. Kenny says he would drink this.
Yeah.
He digs it.
That's damn good.
Okay, so the initial first impression taste test, we really love it. Yeah, that is really, really good. It has a little bit of tartness on the sides of the tongue, like he said. I'm getting a little bit of that berry flavor, but it's honestly not overpowering. So I think that's my favorite thing about this, is that even though it does advertise itself as a black currant infused whiskey, it is still versatile. So I am really excited to try this as a Sazerac cocktail, or as an ingredient in a Sazerac cocktail. Yes, I know it's supposed to be rye whiskey, cognac, or brandy for the base, but you know, sometimes you gotta experiment with some other ingredient choices. So I think this is gonna be great in a Sazerac. So, gonna give the camera a chance to cool off a little bit, and give myself a chance to cool off a little bit, because whew, I am feeling it. And then we are going to take this for a spin as a Sazerac. Alright guys, we are back. I'm going to be making a Sazerac cocktail with the new Payne Black. I'm really excited to see how this will turn out, and especially if Kenny will like it. So as soon as I'm done making my Sazerac here, I am definitely going to call him into the room and be like, hey, come try this, because he definitely wants to try it as a Sazerac. So let's go ahead and get started with our Sazerac cocktail. We're going to be starting with about 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. And those of you who are going to yell at me for this not being traditional because I'm using simple syrup, fuck off, I do this for consistency. So yes, while it might be traditional to mash up the sugar cube in your Sazerac cocktail, or old-fashioned, or whatever it is that you're making that requires some kind of sweetness to it, it is a little bit more consistent if you use simple syrup, because you're not ending up with a whole bunch of little sugar granules at the bottom of your glass. No one wants that. And then I am adding about 5 dashes of Peychaud's bitters. Give that a good stir. And then time for the absinthe. So this time I'm not going to be using a jade, I'm going to be using the Clone Opal. And the reason why is because this has a really distinctive citrusy flavor that I think is going to play very nicely with the tart, dark berry flavors that we have going on in the Payne whiskey. So again, I know this is also not traditional. Usually you're supposed to do like a little rinse inside the glass that you're going to be serving the Sazerac in, but again, for the sake of consistency, I like pouring just a dash of the absinthe into my mixing glass before adding the whiskey. Okay, so now we're going to add our Payne whiskey. I'm going to be very careful with how we pour this, because we learned our lesson from the last pour. There we go. Okay, that wasn't as bad. Okay, so this is going to be about 2.5 ounces of whiskey. This pours really beautifully. So yeah, when you're coming back up to an upright position, you definitely want to slow it down a little. You don't want to rush it. Okay, so we are now prepping the glass for serving. And we're just going to rub the lemon peel along the rim and give it a good twist. Let those little oils kind of aerate over the glass a little bit. It's going to be so lovely. It's a little long for a lemon peel, but I really like my garnishes, okay? Okay, so we're ready to pour our Sazerac into the glass. Alright guys, here is our Payne Black Sazerac. Okay, I can really dig this. Let's go ahead and see what the nose is like here. Ooh! Wow. Just based on how it smells, I think the flavors really played together nicely. So that's really promising. It's a little citrusy, it's definitely a little tart, it's definitely really perfumey almost. I'm really excited to try it. Okay, so as always, santé, and please drink responsibly. Oof. That is dangerously smooth. Okay, now time to call my husband in here and see what he says. Hey honey, time to try the Sazerac. The Von Payne Black Sazerac.
Smells fruity, of course, because of all the lemon. Hot damn, that's delicious.
And I didn't put extra simple syrup in there for you like I usually do.
No, yeah, that's really good.
Is that a winner?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good. Ooh. Oof.
Okay, so for the record, Kenny does not like absinthe. So the fact that he is digging this Sazerac cocktail made with the Von Payne Black Whiskey says a lot. Yeah. Even though there's not much absinthe in there, there's really not a lot.
Oh, I love Sazeracs, but that's really good.
And again, no extra sugar.
Yeah.
Or no extra simple syrup, rather.
Yeah, which is sugar, so. Yeah, no, that's delicious.
Could you put this in the kitchen for me, please?
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you heard it from my husband, the skeptic. He loves the Von Payne Black Whiskey in a Sazerac. And I wholeheartedly agree. This is beautiful. This is really decadent and scandalously smooth going down. Wow. Man, so like the citrusy flavor of the particular absinthe that I used paired really, really well with the berry flavors that are present in the Von Payne Black Whiskey. This is really good, and honestly, it really doesn't need a lot of simple syrup to make this drinkable. Like, usually when I make a Sazerac for Kenny, I usually do add a little bit more simple syrup because he does have a bit of a sweet tooth, but boy, like these two together, these two ingredients together really make a huge difference. And again, I used the Peychaud's bitters, about 5 dashes of that. And that kind of intensified the red color, in my personal opinion, just a little bit. So, Von Payne Black Whiskey, if you guys have not added this to your repertoire of cocktails that you would recommend making with this, this definitely needs to be a significant addition to the Von Payne Black cocktails. This is incredible. As a matter of fact, I think I will make a little TikTok about this, maybe a little later, maybe another day, who knows? But this whiskey has definitely won me over. Yes, this is not traditionally what you would make a Sazerac with, but I think it adds a certain amount of approachability to a Sazerac cocktail for someone who might be a little intimidated by absinthe, or someone who may even be a little intimidated by whiskey. So, just something to keep in mind. So, I'm really impressed by this whiskey. It's versatile, even though it has a significant kind of flavoring note, and on the surface it may seem a little bit gimmicky, but this is a really high quality product. So I will leave a link for this and all of their social media and everything in the description below so you guys can check it out. This is incredible. Yeah, it definitely adds a little bit of extra sweetness and fruitiness to a Sazerac cocktail that gives an extra layer of complexity to it that I really like. Alright guys, so thank you so much for joining me for this unique little review, and thank you so much to the team over at Von Payne Black Whiskey for sending me this beautiful bottle. I am really impressed with your product. Thank you so much for sending it to me. Thank you so much for considering me to review it for you. I really, really appreciate it. And again, you guys, if you are interested in getting a hold of this, I will leave a link to their website down in the description below so you can check it out. So thank you so much everyone for watching. You're amazing, and thank you so much to my patrons for your support every single month. I really appreciate it. Oh god, I'm gonna break out in hives and a swollen throat. Adrian and freshly cut grass do not mix very well. But everyone, thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!